How's it going? Episode 4. She left me. Um, yeah, it's been a bad day. It's been a really bad day. It's been a hard couple of days. It's all becoming a little bit real now. By this point, by the way, I've probably made it more known that I'm doing this. So maybe you've seen one of my posts. But yeah, it's coming real now. Couple of things to tell you. Yeah, the Cry Watch. Cry Watch to Crydar. Yeah, today, yeah, I would have broke the machine. Yeah, from my tears, literally, I would have got electrocuted. Heavy crying, aggressive crying. I even went to a steam room and a sauna today, and it just went straight over my head. It went straight over my head. It just had no effect on me whatsoever. I usually feel great coming out of those things. I didn't. I made the housing choice, like I've mentioned a few times. I'm going to go and stay really kindly, amazing offer with my sister and her stepdad. They have a spare room, maximum 3.5 months. But I really, that's a big help, and it's a good commute to work. So I'm going to be doing that. But yeah, um, just to tell you, by the way, because again, I need to say this, none of this is on Gaia. None of this. And I asked her if this was okay to do these shows, and she's been really supportive. She actually pushed me towards it so much that the day after I told her, you see that microphone, there's a couple more. They arrived in the post for me. That's the kind of person she is. Maybe through guilt. I'm joking. But that's the kind of person she is, and I think that's why it hurts as bad as it does. Yeah, one thing I'm not proud of, I need to tell you about Monday night. I didn't mention it yesterday, so this is now Wednesday evening, but I'm not going to put this up for maybe a day or two. This Wednesday evening, the 31st of January. One thing that really set me back was Monday night. Gaia was going to an awards ceremony for the food industry in Manchester. And I was so happy she's going. It just shows you how far, again, her career is going, and yeah, I'm so proud. And she was there with a good friend of hers. And I must stress, I know it's easy to say this, but you'll get to know me. I'm not going to lie. As comfortable as what I tell you is for myself and you guys, I'm not going to hide around my tree for. There's no point in doing this. There's no growth for me as a person to become a better person. So I'm not going to hold back. But on Monday night, the award ceremony finished about just before 10 o'clock at night, something like that. And I sent her a message around 10:30. Are you finished now? Are you on your way home? And her phone was off. It wasn't going to the 2 ticks. And obviously, when you're on your own and what's just happened has happened, these horrible thoughts start going in your head. I don't need to tell you what those thoughts are. You know probably what those thoughts are. And you're like, oh, it was just the things going through my head were horrible, and it's just getting faster and faster and faster, like a New Orleans brass band, like dun 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 dun, like just on repeat, around my head. And then it got even later, and to a point where I got actually worried for her safety. I was really worried. And this has never happened in 8 years. Firstly, her phone's never gone off in 8 years. And secondly, I've never reacted like this in 8 years. I must assure you that's the truth. Never. And it got to a point where I even wrote a message to a friend who she was with. Now, I didn't send it, but I did it twice in 20 minutes. Like, it was something along the lines of, hey, I'm sorry to sound like the Psycho X, but I'm just actually a bit worried. his guy left to make sure she gets home safely. Because she was still not home and her phone was completely off. I gave her a ring and I didn't send that message to her friend because I mean I tried to ring and it was just dead. The phone was dead, and it got later, got to 12 o'clock, and I was really panicking to the point where I was like going outside the house, like see some, you know, even then I was actually really worried about her safety as well, like I said. But then it dawned on me, like, I don't have, that's, of course it's my job, well not my job, it's, of course I worry about where she is and stuff, that's normal. But I just realised the whole sending a message to a friend, how weird that came across, and that's why I deleted it. I never sent it, and it just became real at that point. Um, and she came home eventually, and it was great. And she was actually really sorry for worrying me. Her phone had died. She'd put it on plane mode so she could get an Uber back. Um, but yeah, I was really, really worried, and that really brought it home. Really brought everything home to me. Like, oh, I don't have this right to be worried anymore. It was weird, and I was like, it came across. It wasn't my intention. Like, ugh, why, why aren't you home yet? It wasn't like that. But I was very conscious of the fact that might how it be coming. That's how it might be coming across. And it was a horrible 2.5 hours. Like my heart was racing. I just didn't know where she was. I was so worried, I was scared. But anyway, I stayed mad for her for like 2 minutes, and then she told me all about her night. So it's fine. There was no damage done. But yeah, that wasn't great. And then it's the 1st of February tomorrow. And obviously we say goodbye probably on my 28th, 29th of March. And that's 29 more times I get to wake up next to her. That's 29 more times she'll be the first thing sorry. That'll be 29 times. Sorry. Yeah, it'll be 29 times she's the first thing I see every morning and the last thing I see before I go to sleep. And we need to treasure it because I know it's really hard for her as well. Really hard. It's brutal. This isn't just about me. This is both of us. It's hard. But every night that goes past, every morning that goes past, it's like that time is edging closer and closer. And it's 29 more nights, 29 more mornings, and yeah, it's not good. It's yeah. One last thing. I don't know if I spoke about this. We spoke on Sunday morning, just gone, before we went to the theatre, because we were really upset in the morning and the afternoon, the early afternoon together. And look, I think maybe, I pray I get another chance in 7 months, 10 months, a year, and I'll never stop hoping. But I need to use this time wisely. And we've agreed, we have a concert we were always going to go to on 9th of April, something like that. And we've agreed we're still going to go to it together. But from March, from the moment we leave, we're going to try and, unless an emergency happens, of course, but with family or anything, we're going to cease contact at that point because I think she needs it, and I think. Oh, sorry, my microphone fell down. I do apologise. We both need it. She definitely needs it, and yeah, she's. We're going to do that, and then we're probably going to message each other a week before the concert, just to make sure we both want to do this, which we will. and we're going to spend the day together. And that's what we've agreed to do. And then hopefully that can come a thing. Every 2-3 months we can just meet up for dinner or something. And hopefully one of those times she sees the change in me. You can only hope. You can only pray. And that's it. I will talk about what I'm doing. I keep saying this, but I'm holding it off. There is something I know some of you will think is fucking bonkers, but I am going to do for the first week of March. Firstly, to stop myself being here in Manchester, but there's a few things I need to go and do. And due to what it is, I've had to run it past Gaia to make sure she's okay with it and she understands. I think at first she was a bit apprehensive, but yeah, I'll tell you about that next time. Sorry for being down, guys. It's been a crap few days. Cheers.